Alright guys, my name's Insama Bueno and I'm going to be discussing some of the amendments. So, the 16th Amendment, it reads, "The Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived, without the appropriation among the several states and without regard to any census or enumeration." In other words, this amendment gave the Congress the power to collect tax legally. This was needed because the government, well, they needed money, and before they were only taxing through a wrong and illegal way, which was by the number of population according to each state. Um, and that was not fair to all states, so they decided to pass this amendment. To pass this amendment, the Democrats and the Progressives helped pass the 16th Amendment, while the Conservatives disapproved of this. This amendment took from 1984 to 1913 to get passed. The 17th Amendment, it reads, "The Senate of the United States shall be comprised of 2 senators from each state, elected by the people thereof 6 years, which senator shall have 1 vote. The elector in each state shall have the qualification requisite for electors, for the most numerous branch of the state legislature," and it keeps on going. Um, in a nutshell, this amendment changed for the senators to get elected by the people and not chosen by the legislature. So this way, the people got to choose who they wanted to get represented by. Um, they needed this because the senators were not being chosen by the people, which meant that they didn't have the same ideas or the same things that people wanted for their county. So let's say the people didn't want slaves, but the legislator chose the senators that did want slavery in their section, so the people had to deal with it. Um, it took this took from 1890, the late 1890s to 1913 to get ratified. The next amendment is the 18th Amendment. This one reads, "After 1 year of ratification of this article, the manufacture, sale, or transportation of intoxicating liquors within the importation thereof into the exportation thereof from the United States and all territories subject to jurisdiction thereof for beverage purposes is hereby prohibited." This amendment just prohibited everything that had to do with alcohol, starting from the production, the sale, and the transporting. Uh, this was needed because alcohol was just a disaster. It was destroying the U.S. government, the U.S., not the government. It was just destroying the government, making it bad worse, making it bad from worse. So, the government decided to get rid of this. The ratification of the 18th Amendment was a vote. It was done between the Democrats, the Republican, and the House of Representatives. Um, they had a lot of votes, but they were mostly votes to get rid of this act. It was I forgot the numbers. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was like a lot to get rid of alcohol, and then not so many to keep it. Um, this amendment, though, did not stop certain people from drinking, like the importing people with money and stuff like that. The 19th Amendment, this one gave rights to women. This was fought and fought by women for a long time. Um, Women traveled the country helping other amendments pass, helping other rights get passed. For example, they helped black people get their rights. They helped with the 18th Amendment too. So then later they fought for their own amendment, and it took a while for the government to realize that women needed their rights as well. So on June 4th of 1919, women got their rights, which meant that they could vote and they could go to the army and all those things. They can do whatever a man did. This is the 22nd Amendment. It gave the president, what this amendment did was give the president only 2 terms in office, um, which meant that all it did was just limit the time to 8 years for each president in office. Because prior to this, the president had lasted up, there was one president that lasted up to like more than 10 years. And well, that was bad because he never left, and his ideas and his way of ruling the United States was like not very good. So this was got the word ratified on February 27th of 1951. And our last amendment is the 26th Amendment. This amendment lowered the voting rights to 18. Due to the change of nature of the country, the voting right changed to 18, which was prior 21. Uh, the government saw that the people were able to go to the army and fight for the country at the age of 18, and they were doing all that, they were working and all that, and they decided to pass a law that, well, if you can go to war, if you can do all, like, if you can help your country by the age of 18, then you should be able to vote, because it would also help your own country. This was ratified on July 1st, 1971. Thank y'all for watching.